Alright YouTube, welcome back to Jay the Sports Professor channel. Today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about a particular topic that's very interesting, and a lot of people on the internet are not talking about this. But I found a couple clips of Kevin Stefanski speaking very highly of Shedeur. I want y'all to make sure y'all hit this like button so YouTube could push my videos out so more folks can hear my amazing sports takes.
All the throws, I thought the velocity was really good. I thought he put the ball again on a rope on a couple of those throws, which is good to see. And you can see some of those throws on tape, and then you get to confirm it in person. Moves well. I mean, you just put on the tape. He runs away from people. He's scored touchdowns down in the low red where he can use his movement skills. So yeah, he's a mover. Now I know there are some guys in the draft. There's some guys in this game that really have that ability to break the pocket and hurt you with their legs. I think he still has that, but it's really his ability to hurt you from the pocket that I think sets him apart. Shedeur's a great kid, and whether it's a following that he's earned, I mean, that's something that he's done a great job of interacting with fans. But he is a great kid. You guys will get to know him more. He's working like crazy, just like all the guys. My office is downstairs. As they got to walk by my office as they come in. They come in early, and Shedeur, just like all those guys, he's in there early. He's getting his work done. So he's working really hard. I like everything there is about Shedeur. Just having him in the meeting room brings a great personality in there. It's fun to have. I sit right behind him. Joe is to my left, to Shedeur's left, and to see those two bounce ideas off of each other is hilarious. Joe will say a few things, and I'll be like, Joe, Shedeur wasn't born. He wasn't born then. So it's just, he's got great energy, great kid, working his tail off, and he's playing really well too.
It's funny, when Kevin Stefanski and Jimmy Haslam came to the pro day, and all these scouts coming to Shedeur's pro day, and Travis's at the time, scouting Shedeur, and people speaking very highly of Shedeur.
Cleveland.com's Mary Kay Cabot asking Deion Sanders about his chance to talk with Browns owner Jimmy Haslam.
It was charming, it was engaging, and it was cool. It was all right. He's a good guy, and I like it. I like it. Coach, I think one of those guys is going to be there.
In Lance, he was referring to Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. He thinks one of his guys is going to end up with the Browns.
I'll tell you what, I've been asked this. There's not a question that's been asked more about these two guys, especially Sanders. But obviously, if they go with Hunter, then they maybe have other plans at quarterback, trading for Kirk Cousins. I think the perfect quarterback room for what is happening would be Cousins, Sanders, and Pickett, because that gives you a lot of eyes. It gets you two older guys that can help a younger guy. Obviously, Cousins doesn't want to be anywhere. So if they took Hunter, then you got to go out and get. Would you go out and get Cousins? I don't know. Hunter is a tremendous talent on both sides of the football. He can really help. He's a touch guy in offense. You don't have to run a lot of routes with Hunter. You can just get him we used to call those guys, space guys, green guys. Find green grass, get him the ball and let him play, and don't overthink it. Sanders is a guy that I'm really high on. Other guys aren't. And if you look at the quarterback position, guys who a lot smarter than me when they're breaking down film have struggled picking with quarterbacks as well. And there's an it factor that you can't measure when you're looking at quarterbacks, no matter who's breaking down. There's no one, in my opinion, there's no one as good as Dan Orlovsky when it comes to breaking down quarterbacks and how they're going to be good. And he said how hard this breakdown has been. So it's just a guy, if you're a guy, you believe in what he does. I do. I think for me, accuracy and anticipation seem to really carry really well into the NFL, and he's elite at both of those. So I like Sanders. If I had to, people have asked me if I had the number 2 pick, yes, I would take Shedeur Sanders at number 2 because of that accuracy and anticipation.
Clean, very similar to what you see in the fall. He's very accurate. He throws with good touch. He has good pace. Actually, thought the best balls that he threw this afternoon were the deep shots. Really well placed. Plenty of range. You would expect quarterbacks to show well in this setting, and particularly ones with his skill set, just given how accurate and how catchable of a ball he throws. But he did a really nice job. I maybe laugh a little bit about that because I think over the past 4 years, certainly in this setting, I don't see how that could be an issue. He can access every area of the field. We have no reservations about his arm strength. I'll leave here with could I have both of them, like that type of thing. But we'll take the whole process into mind. They're both fantastic players, and we have the next several weeks to sort out all the different scenarios. But today was a positive touch point, really, for both players. There are a number of players that we like at that spot. These two would obviously be included. They're fantastic prospects. They're fantastic individuals, and they'll represent an organization really well.
Being projected to be a top 2 pick. But then you started seeing Kevin Stefanski started making this shift. Started saying we're doing what's best for our young players.
You address this sort of persistent narrative that you're trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders, especially after yesterday and not putting him in for the 2-minute.
Yeah, obviously, I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me. Yes, it does, but I just want to make the point that we just have to be better in every area, and we'll look at everything we do, including how we're putting these guys in position to succeed. Are we doing enough? When I say looking at every position, are we doing enough with the quarterback position? Do we need to do a better job? And I think I know the answer is yes.
He was getting some number 1 reps. Is that true with Shedeur?
No. I mean, with a young quarterback, with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of the reps. It's different when you have a veteran like Joe, I would tell you, Tony. But still getting reps in a bunch of periods.
We're doing what's best for the young quarterbacks. We're doing what's best for the young players. But truly not focusing on the development of the quarterback position. Truly. Now it just seems like a whole mess. Because remember, the Cleveland Browns pre-draft had Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, right? Then draft time they drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. They drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. Then they drafted Shedeur in the 5th round. Then, towards the end of preseason, they traded Kenny Pickett. Then, I'd say 3, 4 really remain. Let me go ahead and check. They traded Joe Flacco, right? It's just like, fellas, you know this, and ladies, you know this. You go on a date with somebody and they really, really like you. You guys enjoy each other. You guys talk all day long, and then out of nowhere, they just switch up. It's a whole different type of energy. But pre-draft, Kevin Stefanski spoke very highly of Shedeur. But throughout time, it just seemed like he wasn't speaking as highly of Shedeur anymore. He just kept saying we're doing what's best for our young players, and we're doing what's best for, more particularly, the quarterback position. We're focused on the development of our young players. That's all he keeps saying. And I find this very BS. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. But right now, where the Cleveland Browns are at, Dylan Gabriel has not been living up to the performance that the Cleveland Browns need him. Because this is a performance-based business. So Kevin Stefanski got to take in consideration. My bad, I wasn't looking at the camera. Now I'm looking at the camera. Kevin Stefanski has to do what's best for the team. In order for him to start winning games and create more of a spark, let's throw in Shedeur Sanders. Now, my opinion is both biased and based off the situation that's at hand. The Cleveland Browns have a really good defense, but the defense can't hold on any longer when the offense can't execute. Myles Garrett had a 5-sack game, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened. We have a very stout defense, very young, but we haven't gotten things going on offense. Again, this is the West Coast system, right? So with West Coast system, they're relying on the run game, which Quinshon Jenkins is the bell cow running back. But he is a rookie, and they can't just rely on him. Somebody's got to make plays on the perimeter. And it seemed like Dylan Gabriel is just throwing dink and dunks. He's not doing what it takes to win football games. That's just the reality. Now they have a bye week. What will the Cleveland Browns do? My bad, I keep a little drifting away. What will the Cleveland Browns do? And I really believe that the Cleveland Browns, they play Shedeur Sanders, is going to bring a whole different energy to that stadium. Not only that stadium, but the football team. People are going to be excited. It's gonna energize the football team when you bring in young Shedeur Sanders into that huddle. He's gonna make plays. He's gonna make the throws that Dylan Gabriel isn't able to make. And this is gonna be the rise of Shedeur Sanders, and this whole draft story is going to prevail and show these critics what he's fully capable of. But it seems like Kevin Stefanski's holding Shedeur back. It seems like that whole... Man, I'm trying to figure out, what do they want from Shedeur? Y'all might as well just trade him if you're not going to play him. Trade him. Trade him to the Miami Dolphins. Trade him to a team that needs a quarterback. There are teams that need a quarterback. Trade Shedeur to a team that needs a solidified quarterback, because right now, Dylan Gabriel ain't getting the job done. He's just not. So we got to figure something out. We have to figure something out. Because the only way we're going to win football games, Cleveland Browns, is we need a spark on offense. And once we get that spark on offense that we're looking for, you're going to see a whole different dynamic. And you know Shedeur's going to sell tickets. His game is going to be the most viewed in football, in the NFL. It's going to be, everybody's going to tune in. He's the most polarizing quarterback, most polarizing football player in the NFL right now. It's not even close. This guy is talked about more than any other player in the NFL, and he's a second-string quarterback. I mean, everyone's talking about Shedeur. He gets a lot of press. The media is after Kevin Stefanski. But Kevin Stefanski seems to dislike Shedeur. He seems like he wants nothing to do with Shedeur. And we're trying to figure this out. So Cleveland Browns won't win games until they throw Shedeur Sanders in. I'm trying to tell y'all, I know how this guy plays. I watched my Colorado, I watched my Jackson State. This guy has big playmaking ability. I can't wait until he gets his opportunity. He's going to show out. Can't wait. But I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Do you think it's time for Sanders now, or do you think he has to wait a little longer? My personal opinion, it's time. It's time to wake this league up. Make sure y'all hit this like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this page so YouTube can push these videos out, so more folks can hear my amazing sports takes, and YouTube can push these videos out so folks can really hear this. Peace from Jay, the Sports Professor.